The headlines, BBC News says Coxon said they will go on for 9 more weeks, according to one organization has said to Scotland. Also, the US versus the EU about vaccines. The Prime Minister said they will get vaccines. 5 people have died, and 40 police officers died after police officers gave their speech about it was an accidental for police officers have spoken. The Queen's been moved from her ward to intensive care. The route is now to stand celebrating police will return every 4 minutes. Well, it's time for Sports Day here on BBC News with Oliver. Hi, Oliver. Yes, we're silent. West Ham have confirmed in for the last 15 minutes that Dave Mills, West Ham's head coach, will take over with the club to the end of the season, and then they will find a permanent manager. Wolves confirmed today for sacked from West after 30 games. He was a great manager, and he should not have got sacked. He took over in April 2019. So he took over in March 2019. He's been here for 3 years. Next, the Sunday morning still fights. It was 3-all at the first session. They had 6 sets. It's currently Andy 5. Novak Djokovic. They fight 4. Andy Murray leads by 7. Andy Murray leads by 5. Andy Murray's on 5 at the moment. It's 5. It's 5-5 from everyone. So I'm in 12 set. They've got 4 months to go before. And on the second play, so it's China's Jack Young. So on the 5th frame, it's Jack Young's on 3. It's Jack Young's on 3 frames, and Japan's Jack Oga is on 2. Next to that, if PMI takes on PMI plays Michael Van Gillen, and it's going to play 4-4. The 1 8. Okay. It's 4-4. Next, Glasgow has signed a 3-year contract with England. Apparently, he will not take any more chances, but he will retire as England manager in November 2023. He will retire in 2023. He will retire in November 2023. Finally, for basketball, the Fire Briefing Dragons will take on the Falcon Kings in the NBA basketball final next Sunday. That's after sport. Now, go to the BBC Sport website for all the sport updates. Thank you. Thanks, Oliver. That's a sport update. It's BBC News coming from 2:40. Next, a number of 55 children have got COVID. Apparently, this is a investigation into how many people and how many students across England have got COVID. Well, I can report that 55 children have had COVID over the past 2 years. Well, since COVID started, the pandemic has left schools with a remarkable learning schedule. Well, Martin Croxall spoke to school editor Nick Smith about this. Under Nick Smith. So Nick, this is really talking. This is 55 children have had COVID in the last 2 years. This is a massive COVID. Good to make clear. Good morning, Martinez. I think it is absolutely worrying for children and parents. Why has it happened and why has it done it to children? We all knew children were not that percent with COVID. That means I wasn't affected by it, but I think it all changed today because it's about children. How many people have got COVID and 55 children have all had COVID over the past 2 years from but I think it's really crazy to think this. Next question, Nick. Do you think this is fair for children? Absolutely not, Martin. I don't think it's fair for children because 55 children have had COVID over last year. But I think it's not fair for children to suffer just because children have not got the vaccine yet. I think vaccines are important for children's health. And I think it's very important for children. Nick for now. That was Nick talking. That was Nick Smith talking to Martin earlier. On X, a 19-year-old woman has died at the age of 19. Currently, a 23-year-old man and a 23 and 25-year-old man both attacked her outside Sunderland's hospital on Sunday night. Upon she never returned home, and she's at hospital under health conditions. Next. England manager Gareth has signed a 3-year contract with England. He will retire in 2023 in November. He will retire as England manager in November. We can cross to England's camp and join Rob Dawson. Well, we can tell us about this news this afternoon. It was breaking at 1:30. News. So it's no stroke what is this happening for Gareth Southgate, is it? Good afternoon. No, it's no surprise that Gareth Southgate has signed another 3-year deal with England, which will expire in 2023, which means he will retire in November that year. But it's no surprise. I think he wanted to help England in the World Cup next year, which apparently will take a pause of the season and enforce him until the 26th of December for the Qatar World Cup. I think it's Gareth Southgate's choice that he wanted a 3-year contract with the club. He's not expected to keep this. He'll have his news conference at 4 o'clock on Sky Sports News, which will bring the key points on Sports Day at 6:30. But I think he will have a news conference. He will have a news conference in Victoria. He will have one at 4 o'clock on Sky Sports News. But I just think Gareth Southgate has moved on with his life, and he still moving with his life, and I think he should be. Thank you, Rob Dawson. Rob will start at England's camp. Well, next, like I said, a woman was supposed to be baby, but her pregnancy test failed. Apparently, she's not eligible for one, and she's too young at the age of 28. Well, I think this applies to all women. So I'm going to talk to a female. I'm going to talk to Shaylee Smith. Shaylee, so you've been through this pregnancy test. So we're going to talk about this. A 28-year-old woman can't have a baby. She was supposed to be shit, but she can't have one because of her pregnancy test. What can test this? Well, it's not unfair. First of all, good afternoon, thinking. I think it's unfair for women who want a baby, if you have to do a pregnancy test and it's come back failed, so she's not eligible and she's not on the system, and she's trying to have one. But I think she's only 28. You can have a baby at the age. You can have a baby between the age of 20 and 29, apparently, if you're eligible on the system. But she's not eligible. That's probably why she's not trying to have a baby. She's just not on the system, and that's probably the information we could take apart. Next, Shannon. Do you think it's? I think it's not. I think it's unbelievable she can't have a baby. She's successful. Yeah, you can't. You can't. You can't say you can't have one when you're meant to expecting one. She said she was expecting a baby when she's had this test. She's had it today. It's gonna fail. You can't say you're gonna have a baby and then you fail and you can't have one. It's largely at work, and this is probably the past of what we probably all agree with, and it's probably taking the grip and saying you can't have a baby if you're not pregnant, is it? No, and it's probably the worst time ever. Well, thank you, Shaylee. Thank you, Shaylee, for that was Shaylee Smith here on BBC News. It's called 2.5 Better. The headlines here on BBC News. The Queen's moving from her ward to intensive care after messages and trees coming up from last night. Also, Nicola Sturgeon's circle set down Willows for 9 weeks, according to what Nicola Sturgeon has said. She's not taking any chances. Next, the EU versus the US as they fight over vaccine. For the Prime Minister will give vaccines to them as soon as he gets some more difficult to his country. The 38-year-old man who was driving damage loss of a fireman's Richmond Park in a car park. 9 people died and 40 persons died. Britain to peaceful return this Christmas to Vauxhall, to Fiscal Spa and Leeds Theatre. Gareth Southgate has signed a new contract with England till 2023. Next, the number of 75% of all care home workers have not had the vaccine. According to what we've been told today, there is 75% of all care home staff have not given the vaccine or are not eligible for one. But people have said it's unfair and it's not right for people not to get this vaccine. It'll help protect people. Well, I can tell you, 20%. This is really shocking. 20% of all care home staff. So this is a big comparison. A total number. This is really shocking. 20%. 20% of all staff have been vaccinated. That is really shocking, and it's unfair to the public. Next, the Premier League has announced this afternoon that the Net Zero campaign will start next week. The first Premier League game, the first Net Zero game will be on Saturday. The first Net Zero game will be on Saturday at 5:30. Yes, the Premier League are working together with to call it Net Zero campaign. The first game will be a 5:30 kickoff. The first Premier League game is called for Net. The first Net Zero game will be played in Premier League on first Saturday Night Football. While Leicester City, Brendan Rodgers will take on Liverpool at 5:30 on Saturday evening. And will be the first Net Zero campaign game. We'll get more from places from the sport in the next hour or so. Next. Okay, coming up next. Coming up now on BBC News this time. For the latest. Now on BBC News it's time to cross back to Brussels where they're about again the US EU Prime Minister Ellie Johnson. So Emma Johnson is joined by her chief vaccinator and her chief science vaccinator. We are holding another briefing this time on Christmas. It says cross back to Brussels. Hello, welcome to BBC News Headlines. Scotland's lockdown will go on for 9 more weeks apparently. Its new position is not going to announce any other measures yet. Also, a 28-year-old woman has been in suspicion after taking a pregnancy test. looking bad for her. She can't have her baby. Also, Cinderella, this is like a figure on this Christmas of the 9th of December. And the Queen's removed from intensive care. She's in intensive care today. She's expected to be at tonight and tomorrow. She's removed on Wednesday. But like I said, let's go back to Brussels. Come on. It's time to head back to Brussels in Egypt.